You know that feeling when you meet someone and you just click? It's like you've known them your whole life. Well, that feeling is often caused by something called mirroring. It's this powerful and usually positive psychological tool. It's the secret sauce in our best friendships, our strongest work relationships. But what happens when that same tool is used against you? Well, that's when you see its dark side.
So our story starts where a lot of connections do, with a simple agreement. But we're not talking about finding common ground here. We're talking about setting a trap.
And this quote, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? It's the whole chilling journey from what feels like a great connection to, well, control. It grabs you, right? It makes you ask, how on earth does something that feels so good go so wrong? To really understand the trap, we first have to understand the tool itself.
Okay, so let's start with the good stuff. At its heart, mirroring is really just the art of building rapport. It's this fundamental, deeply human way we build bridges with each other. And it's not some trick that only master negotiators use. It's an instinct we all have.
I mean, think about your best friends. You probably pick up each other's little gestures or ways of talking without even noticing. And that's not just you being a copycat, it's your brain's subconscious way of saying, hey, I'm on your team, I get you. It's basically the social glue that holds our relationships together.
So what is it, technically? Well, mirroring is the subtle act of reflecting another person's behavior. The whole point is to create this feeling of harmony, of mutual understanding. It's all about making the other person feel comfortable, safe, and like they're actually being heard.
And, it goes way deeper than you might think. We're not just talking about copying someone's posture or their body language. We subconsciously match their vocal tone, how fast or slow they talk. And, this is the really big one, we can even start echoing their opinions and beliefs. Now that is where mirroring becomes incredibly powerful and where it can get dangerous.
And this is where everything flips. That exact same tool we use for genuine connection, yeah, it can be sharpened into a weapon. This is when empathy gets weaponized, and that bridge you thought you were building turns into a cage.
So here's the crucial part. A manipulator will mirror you with this unsettling intensity. They do it to make you feel completely and totally seen. They become your perfect friend, your soulmate, the one person in the world who finally gets you. But that incredible feeling of being understood, it isn't real. It's an illusion, carefully built to create a false sense of trust that they can use later.
Let's break this down side by side, because the difference is everything. See, genuine rapport builds mutual trust. It feels natural, it happens over time. Manipulative mirroring, on the other hand, is all about creating dependency. It often feels way too good to be true, right? Like this sudden, over-the-top agreement on everything. Its goal isn't connection, it's control.
Okay, so that sounds pretty scary. How do you protect yourself from this? Well, the good news is there's a really simple and super effective defense you can use.
It's just a two-step process. First, step one is simply to notice. That's it. Trust your gut. If someone agreeing with you feels too sudden, too intense, or just a little off, pay attention to that feeling. Then comes step two, where you take action. You ask a neutral question.
So why does this work so well? Because a manipulator is just a reflection, remember? They don't actually have a real opinion. They're just showing you your own. When you ask a simple, neutral question like, oh, that's interesting, what makes you say that? You break the mirror. You force them to come up with their own thoughts, and a lot of the time, they just can't. That perfect reflection shatters.
So, we've seen both sides of this coin. The line between positive influence and straight-up manipulation can be razor thin. And really, it all comes down to one thing: intent. Is their goal to connect with you or to control you? Think about it. A great salesperson might mirror you to build trust so they can find the right product for you. That's influence. A manipulator mirrors you to get your guard down so they can take what they want. That's control.
And that's really the heart of it all. Mirroring is just a fundamental part of how we humans work. It's the foundation for empathy, for teamwork, for our most precious relationships. But in the wrong hands, it becomes a tool to make us vulnerable. The real power is in understanding both its potential for good and its capacity for harm.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Knowing what you know now about the two faces of mirroring, how are you going to see your own interactions differently? Where is that line for you? It's definitely a question worth asking.